It's Katrina Johnson from New Sky Consulting, and you're watching the CATS channel, supporting young people with disabilities to live their best and their brightest life. And I'm bringing to you a series of blogs outlining what I know and what I understand of the National Disability Insurance Scheme. And we're actually up to number 7 of a series of blogs, and today I'm going to talk to you about funds management. One of the most significant principles of the NDIS is increasing people's choice and control over how the funds are spent and with whom they're spent. So this does raise the question of funds management and who manages the funding. Now, in managing my personal finances, I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not. I'm really good at spending and I'm not so good at budgeting. So I know that I need help and support with that. So I delegate where necessary. I get support from other people like my husband, and I outsource because I know that that's going to serve me best. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't have the say and I don't have control over with whom and with what my money is spent on, because I do. The same principles will apply under the NDIS and managing funds. People will get a choice about who they would like the funds to be managed by. And the NDIS does provide a range of options that you can choose from. And the options fall on a continuum of having full, complete control of the funds and the plan and the management of it, to leaving the responsibility and that management of funds to the National Disability Insurance Agency to take care of on your behalf. Now, the options you can choose from are self-management, which is also known as self-direction, to nominating another person to manage your plan, which is called a plan nominee, to choosing a registered plan management provider whose sole purpose is to manage your plan and your funds on your behalf, to leaving it completely up to the NDIA to manage your plan on your behalf. Or you can choose a combination of those different things. Now, there is a lot to consider when you're making a decision on how to manage the funds. And the things to think about are the level of responsibility that's involved in each of the different options, and the work involved to the degree of complexity within each of the options. Remember, the NDIS funds come from taxpayers' dollars, so there will be a high level of accountability practices, of monitoring, of reviewing, of reporting requirements that come with each of those options to really track and monitor and make accountable and transparent for taxpayers' dollars. So the decision to self-manage is not one to take lightly and not one to do without a great deal of forethought. So to help you decide where on that continuum you are most comfortable just at the moment, there's a number of questions you might like to ask yourself that will start to get you to think about what option best suits you, or what it is you need to learn and know more about to choose the option that you most want to take. And those questions are: do I have the capacity to undertake full funds management? Do I require some training or some skills development to know what it is that I need to be doing, or what it is I will be doing if I was to do a level of the management of funds myself? Do I have the time to undertake full funds management or a degree of funds management? And do I have the supports around me to give me the help that I might need to make that option work for me and for my family member? Do I understand the obligations and the requirements of managing funding? And have I got a good head for figures? And am I able to make clear decisions around those? And finally, do I really want to do this? Will it make a difference in the care and the support in the life of the person with the disability? And how will that difference be made? Now, the NDIA will talk to each person, probably at great length, about each of those different options before you decide. You'll get time to think about it and plan for it. But what is most important to know and understand about the choice of funds management is that it doesn't matter which option you choose, you will still be in control of where the funds are spent and with whom they are spent with, and the supports that you choose to have in the life of the person with disability. So in summary, the NDIS is all about increasing people's choice and control, and the issue of how funds are managed and by whom is probably one of the biggest changes from our current system in giving people, everybody, that degree of option. But with great control and choice comes great responsibility. And you need to think about and weigh up how it figures in your life and how it is you'd like to proceed with the funds management question. And because the matter of funds management is such a big area, and the question of will I self-direct or won't I self-direct is a big one for people, we will be presenting a series of blogs and video logs later in the year that fully explores that and discusses that and takes on some advice and suggestions and some recommendations from some key people who are doing self-direction right now. But now I would like to hear from you. Where is it that you think you sit on the continuum at the moment, from fully self-directing to leaving the management of funds to the NDIA? And why do you think you are at that point on the continuum? And why would you choose that option? But in the meantime, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd really like it if you subscribe, because then you'll get updates and notifications about any of our future video logs. But if you want to also know more about the NDIS and you want to get a hold of a tip sheet on how you can get started on your journey towards the NDIS, then please go to the description below and you'll see a button you can click on to download our free ebook called The NDIS and You. And it does provide just a guide, an outline, and a page of tips of what you can do to get started. But that's all from me this week. I hope you join me next week when I'll be just giving a real quick summary of everything we've covered in the last 7 blogs and my 3 top takeaways that I hope that you took away from this whole series of blogs. So until then, have a great week, and remember, we all deserve to live our best and our brightest lives. So go ahead and do that. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.